Now I have finished tracing. Let's move on to creating notches. I'm going to zoom in to focus on the notches. Then using pen tool, we are going to create T shape. I'm going to create a short horizontal line and hit enter to finish. Then I'm going to create a longer line, but vertical this time, and hit enter to finish. Then using the black arrow tool, which is the selection tool, I'm going to select two lines together. Make sure both of them are selected. Then we are going to make it as a symbol. On your right side, you will have symbols window. Now, on the top right corner of the symbols window, you will have option icon, which is 3 horizontal lines. If you click it, you can see new symbol. Click new symbol. Click new symbol. And I'm going to name it notch 1. Then you will have one of notches. And to make it easier, I'm going to rotate it into 90 degree, and I'm going to create a new symbol again. Go to the top right corner of the symbols window, click the options button and new symbol, and I'm going to call it notch 2, and I'm going to rotate it into 90 degree again and create another new notch again. New symbol again. Go to the symbols window, top right corner. Click the option icon, choose new symbol. And I'm going to call it notch 3. And rotate it again into 90. And I will create new symbol again. And I will call it notch 4. Then you should have 4 notch shape in your symbols window. And I don't need this T shape on my document anymore. And by simply click and dragging the symbol, you can create in notches. By simply click and dragging, you can position the notches. Click and drag from the symbols window to the document. And position it where appropriate. You may need to rotate the notches a bit depending on the shape of the contour line. If you create symbols indicating some notches or marks, can be easier. And would you please mark the notches on other patterns as well by yourself? Thank you. And now we are going to rotate most of pattern pieces based on the grain line. It depends on the pattern you have, but in the case of my pattern, grain line, most of the grain lines run along the center front and center back lines. The bodice, yoke, and back bodies, and color and color stand, and you can see the placket and the pocket and cuff. So I think it is quite easy to find the gray line. However, in the case of the sleeve, unless you have marked a gray line with thick marker or some strong color, it might not be easy to find the gray line. But thankfully, our patterns are on the cross and dot paper. So if you draw a straight line, draw a line down on the cross and dot line, you can easily find out the gray line. So using the pen tool, let me temporarily create a gray line on the sleeve. I'm going to click on one of the cross mark, and I will click on either cross or point. This straight line will indicate gray line. And I'm going to rotate the patterns based on the gray line of individual pattern pieces. But make sure to check the gray lines of your own pattern very carefully. Now I'm going to make the photo layer invisible for now. I don't need the photograph anymore. And if you click the eye icon on the layer, eye icon, can you see the eye icon on layers window? If you click the eye icon, you can make certain layer visible and invisible. So if eye icon is gone, this layer will be invisible. So would you please make the photograph layer invisible? And to make our process easy, I'm going to use Guideline. To create a guideline, would you please go to the View menu, then Rulers, Show Rulers. Go to View menu, Rulers, Show Rulers. View menu, Rulers, Show Rulers. Then one horizontal and one vertical ruler will be shown on your interface. I'm going to create a vertical guideline which will be considered as gray line. On the vertical ruler, move your mouse cursor on the vertical ruler and click on it. And hold down your mouse button and move your mouse button towards the right into the document and release. Then guideline will be created. You can create as many as you want. Let me focus on this first guideline. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sleeve pattern together with the gray line and rotate it so the gray line of the sleeve pattern will match to the vertical guideline. I'm going to select sleeve and gray line all together, and if you move your mouse cursor around one of the handle and click and drag, and you can rotate it. I'm going to move it on the guideline. Move the sleeve line so the gray line will match to the vertical guideline. So I think my sleeve pattern is nicely positioned. And now I'm going to rotate the other pattern. Some pattern might not need rotation, but let's double check it. If you want, you can move the existing guideline. I'm creating a new guideline. So click on the ruler, hold down your mouse button and move it towards the document and release. Then you will have a guideline. Now I'm going to select the front bodice pattern, and my center front line will run along the grain line. So I'm going to rotate it slightly like this and move it on the guideline and rotate it carefully. Okay, this one is fine. Then I'm going to rotate the yoke. It does not need rotation, thankfully. And let me check the back bodice. It needs rotation. And sometimes back bodice panel may have some diagonal line or curved line here. So in that case, you should not rely on the center back, but cross and dot mark on the paper. So in my case, my center back line is straight, so I can consider it as the grain line, which is easy. But sometimes center back might not be straight, but curved or diagonal. So please pay attention to your own pattern. And you can create another guideline, or you can move the existing guideline. If you click and drag, you can move the existing guideline. I think cuff looks fine. Let me check the color stand and placket. These are nicely aligned, but the second placket, this one, might need some rotation. Let me zoom in and rotate it. Perfect. Oh, it's not perfect, sorry. And pocket looks fine. Cool. Then we don't need a guideline anymore. Let's remove the guideline. To remove the guideline, go to the View menu, Guides, and Clear Guides. Go to View menu, Guides, Clear Guides. View menu, Guides, Clear Guides. Then all the guideline will be gone. And if it's needed, you can also create a horizontal guideline using the horizontal ruler, but I don't need it for this practice. So in this way, you will be able to rotate the patterns based on the grain line nicely. And because I don't need the grain line anymore, I'm going to remove the vertical line on my sleeve. I'm going to select the vertical line, grain line on the sleeve, and press Delete key on my keyboard.